Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 23. As you can see, update installed. There's been a quick hotfix patch for update 1.7 that went live today. All I know about that is that it is rolling back the changes to the development sliders to the previous version, build 1.5, before the team switching patch. Apparently there was some kind of issue, and based on community feedback they very quickly decided to undo the changes that they'd made to development sliders, but that's the only change. Everything else from update 1.6 is still in place, so it's just they're rolling back the sliders, that's it. And we'll probably get another patch at some point in the future with the intended changes, but it's time for us to head to Abu Dhabi for the final race of the season, round 23. We're going to Yas Marina. So here we are then, ready for the final race of the season. This has come around quick, hasn't it? Can we do the previously unthinkable and actually win the World Championship? We are so close. We're within 100 points of Red Bull. We can't catch them in the Constructors, but we are within 5 points of Max Verstappen in the Drivers. We've been on an absolute tear. We have won race after race after race in recent succession, and we have closed that gap down. Hamilton has been in imperious form. Russell, now that he's back with up-to-date spec parts on his car, has been pretty quick as well. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be really close. So tonight we're going to be obviously doing the final race of the season, Abu Dhabi, seeing if we can win that World Drivers' Championship in our first season, which would be incredible. We've already achieved our goal of hitting second in the championship. We are clear of Red Bull. They cannot catch us. Not Red Bull, sorry. We are clear of Ferrari. They cannot catch us in time to take second place from us. There isn't enough points available for them. So we have achieved our season objective. Still, that little chance is dangling in front of us, and we're in excellent form. And then after that, we're going to be going through to the end of the season, through to the end of the calendar year. So there'll be a little bit of extra stuff after the race for us to go through. Right, first off, let's take a quick look and see where our car sits going into this Grand Prix. How you doing, Georgios? How you doing, Victor? Good to see you guys. So on the grid, we switch to Lewis's car, which is the best of the two. We are currently sitting third in terms of straight line speed. Acceleration 11th, so we have definitely managed to improve that a bit. DRS is no longer the best DRS on the grid. Actually, is that... I'm curious. Russell has the best DRS, so it looks as though, yeah, we do still have the best DRS. Okay. Very good in the low speed and medium speed corners, as you can see. Also very good now in the high speed corners. So we've got really good balance on our aero on our car. Very good in the dirty air as well. 5th for dirty air performance. Brake cooling has also had a nice little boost up to 7th. We are going to have to work on engine cooling for next season. Let's take a look at Red Bull, specifically Max's car. So there you can see what we're up against in terms of out-and-out performance. They have a speed advantage over us, but it's not by much. It really isn't. It's 0.04 kilometers an hour. Acceleration is a little bit better than us, but we have the better DRS to kind of counter that. We are better than them in the low and medium speed corners, and then they have the advantage in the high speed. There's not a lot of high speed at this circuit. I don't think, if memory serves. It's a little bit in sector 1, and then I think it's kind of medium speed and low speed after that. Their cooling package, their brakes are fantastic. Their engine package is just a little bit better than ours, but we have a much lighter car, and more importantly, I believe we have a much better engine than them as well in terms of its durability. We can't see what that is yet, but we'll take a sneaky peek when we get through to practice. So let's set some targets for tonight's race. The incentive is to get both cars into Q3. We should easily be able to do that. We're going to see if we can get 2 in the top 4. And we'll get both into Q2. Finish position, 1 in the top 4. Hopefully we'll be getting 1 in the top 1. We'll see how that goes. We're going to go for the fastest lap. Finish position 1 of 2. We just need to get 2 in the top 6 in this race to complete our finish position streak. That'll give us an extra 743,000. And then if we can qualify both in the top 10 in this race, that will give us an additional 1.1 million on top of that as well. So hopefully a nice little payday for us coming in terms of our streak rewards. Okay, let's take a look at Abu Dhabi. So there is our circuit map. So you can see, oh, there is a bit more high speed than I thought. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high speed sections, and then we've got 1, 2, 3 low speed sections and 4 medium speed sections. It's a bit of a balance in terms of the track. We don't have quite as much in the way of chicanes anymore. So the low speed isn't quite as important as it used to be. And obviously they did widen the radius of some of the turns around the hotel complex at the end of the circuit, upgrading those to medium speed. So it's good that we have good balance in our aero, because we're going to need it to be competitive in all sectors. Right, let's head to Abu Dhabi.
The season draws to a close here with the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. A long season has led us around the world over all this year's races to get here. The last chance to settle the season in the final round. The Marina circuit was completed in 2009, and we've seen a fair share of celebration and commiseration over the years since then. The scenery may be spectacular, but this weekend, all eyes will be on the track.
Red Bull have outscored their rivals to be at the top of the Constructors' table right now. And those crucial Constructors' Championship points are what the teams have fought so hard for.
There's nothing like a race weekend in Formula One.
Giving you 2021 vibes. Yes, it's very much reminiscent of the 2021 season. It's coming right down to the wire in a fight between Lewis Hamilton in a black Mercedes against Max Verstappen in a mighty Red Bull. Ooh, nerves are tingling. Right, let's see. Let's give Mick a farewell race. There we go. Not showing Mick's picture, but it is showing driver development. So it does look as though Mick is going into the Grand Prix weekend. Okay. So practice parts. Engines are down to 56%. I've only got to do one more weekend. ERS, we'll drop that one in. There we go. Gearbox, we'll go with that one. Right, please Mick, do not bin the car. Now there we can see Schumacher's image, so he is actually showing now. Good stuff. Evening Zane says your F1 Manager 23 can't open the app. There has been a quick hotfix update today, which means you might need to install that before you can do that. Right, run plan for Abu Dhabi historically is about 18 laps. So, again, going on the chance that we might knock this out of the park in one go, we're going to go with 25 laps. Just to make sure we get enough experience in one sitting. We're going to put soft tyres on for Mick. For Lewis, we're going to leave the hard tyres on. Run plan 18 laps. Drop the pace down. There we go. Let's do the car parts. And we'll do that as well. There we go. Alright, time to actually put the setups on the car. So I have 2 setups for the 2023 game, based on my Red Bull playthrough on the PS4 version. And obviously we've got the book for last year as well. So we'll start with a 5, a 12.5, a 3.7, a 3.35 and a 1. There we go. So that's the setup we're going to put on Lewis. And then on George's car, goes slightly different. So 5, 13, 6.4, 2.9 and 0.2. There we go. Alright, one last quick check. Tyres are right. Car parts are swapped. Fuel loads are set. Driver options are done. Let's send them into practice for the final time this season. And because it is Mick's final Grand Prix with Mercedes, he will be replaced by Teo Porcher next season. We will do our circuit tour in helmet cam with Schumacher. We'll go Schumi style.
Radio check.
Looking for radio check.
Radio's loud and clear.
And avoid all curbs. Avoid all curbs.
Understood.
And there we go, there is a lap of the Yas Marina circuit in helmet cam. So, that's all of the circuits previewed at the beginning of practice with helmet cam. We will not be doing that next season. There's no need for us to do a preview of what the track looks like in helmet cam now that we've done it all. So next year we'll just be going straight to speed up version like this.
Temperature okay?
Surface temps are low all round.
Alright, so Schumacher is actually quicker than Lewis. Sorry, slower than Lewis. I wasn't sure if he'd be quicker or not, given that he was on slicks, but he is running more fuel and he is not as talented a driver, so we'll make sure that Mick moves out the way of Lewis. Alright, please, no incidents here in practice. I have nothing really in the way of spare parts to offer either of our two cars now. I really don't want to have to strip parts off George's car to put on Lewis's car if there is a problem. But obviously we have to put all of our weight behind Lewis, given that he is within a hair's breadth of becoming world champion. Let's see, 89% on the setup. That's not too bad. Only a little bit of tweaking will be needed there. Oh, and 70% from Mick. That is not encouraging. Alright, let's call the car in.
That's okay. Yeah, A firm.
So, big changes needed here. Very big changes. Okay, let's try him on the setup we put on Lewis's car. So, we'll go 5, 12, 5, 3, 7, 3.35, and a 1. Let's have a look at that. And all of those changes potentially are within tolerance, apart from maybe the front wing. So if I just do that with the front wing, and do that, let's try that. Oh, look, we've got Schumacher's name. I never even noticed, because obviously we didn't run him last night. Schumacher's name is now on the leaderboard. That is nice to see that they did actually fix that as part of the patch. I had a feeling they had done. I'm assuming that was fixed with 1.6. But as I say, we didn't put Mick in the car when the update dropped, because it was just a little bit too much of a risk. Okay, so we need to change the roll bar. So, looking at last year's setups, we do have some 2.8 setups, so we'll do that. And is there anything else that needs to change? The front wing's going to need to maybe move a little bit. Let's reset it by doing that. Let's pull that back a bit more. And let's go with that. You tried updating, but it didn't let you. What system are you on? If you're on PlayStation, it should be automatic. If you're on any other system, I couldn't tell you. You're on PS5. It should automatically download it for you. But you should be able to load the game without... It's not an online game, so you should be able to play the game without the update anyway. If you've got a problem, all I can suggest is try uninstalling and reinstalling the game. It won't affect your save data, as long as you only delete the game itself. How you doing, Ben? Good to see you. Right, let's send Mick back out. Evening, Toby. We're talking about the 1.7 hotfix that went live today, rather than the 1.6 that went live 2 days ago. The 1.7 hotfix, all they've done is they've listened to community feedback and rolled back the changes they made to the research sliders from 1.6. You know, they updated the slider interaction from 1.5 to 1.6, and then based on some feedback from the community, they've undone the change they made to the sliders and rolled that back to 1.5. Everything else has stayed exactly the same, it's just they've rolled the sliders back. Right, 97%, that is much better. We just missed... No, we didn't miss being able to call him in. There we go. Oh, that's so close. Right. Oh, which way do we go? Which way do we go? Let me have a look at last year's book. Gonna go there. It's so close, isn't it? And let's counter correct that with a click of toe. And we'll try that with George in practice 2. Right, just waiting on feedback for Lewis. .97 for Lewis as well. Excellent stuff. And there we go. It's practice 1 and done. Penalties for Max, for Stroll, Leclerc and Perez. Are we finally seeing new engines for these guys? I have a horrible feeling we are. Let's have a look. Please don't be new engines. So Leclerc is running a new gearbox and a new ERS. So Stroll, Leclerc, Perez, Max. Lando and De Vries also running new parts as well. Norris is running a new engine. I'm going to look at Max last. Stroll and De Vries. So De Vries is running a new engine. Stroll is running a new engine. Oh, this isn't good. Perez is running a new engine. Shit. Max is running a new engine. Oh, that's just made today so much harder. Oh, crap. Because we can't afford to do that. We literally have not got the funds in the cost cap. We've got maybe $100,000 left. We certainly don't have the $5 million that we need for a new engine. Oh, shit. Now we're up against a fully powered Red Bull. It's just made our mission that much harder. Alright, it's showing Mick, but it will have put George back in again. Some weirdness going on here. Evening, Mr. Water. Right, those parts will last. Oh, there's George. There he is. Right, so we've made the change to the setup. Okay, we need both our drivers as prepped as we can possibly make them. So, we are going to run George long. Let's do him for 38 laps. Just hope nothing happens to him. Lewis, those parts will last. We're going to run him for 25 laps. And it looks like we're going to end up with a very similar setup. Let's go to 3.5. And to 1. Right, okay. Practice 2. Why did Max have to throw a brand new engine in for the final race of the season? God damn you, Max. Perez as well. Wouldn't be so bad if it was just Perez. Perez is not going to have an impact on our championship. All we had to do was finish ahead of Max by enough points. Now with 2 brand new Red Bull engines in the mix, that's just made our job so much harder.
And avoid all curbs. Avoid all curbs.
Because not only is Max going to be quicker than us now, he's got a fully fledged wingmate in there to help cause trouble and stop us from using our wingman to try and impede him. We're going to have to absolutely nail qualifying and then just hope. Strange things have happened here at Abu Dhabi in the past. On our previous playthroughs on F1 Manager 22, we've had, safety cars that have come out at opportune moments. Who knows? We might still have a strong chance, but we came into this race on the back of a string of really strong results, helped mainly by the fact that the Red Bulls were a little underpowered with worn engines. Those engines are gone, and they are now back to full power with a car that is a little bit better than us. So, yeah, now we are up against it. Norris has crashed. Oh, Norris, that was a brand new engine that you've just potentially destroyed. It's not showing us a replay, so I don't know how bad the crash was. But we'll do a check in the next session, take a look at Norris and see if his engine's now down in power.
Understood. Balance check when you can.
Alright, there we go. 100% for Lewis. So that'll be a setup we can add to the book for next season. How about George? Almost. So I do need that extra little click of toe, but we can fix that.
Battery is seemingly depleting quite a lot.
Ava. Copy that, we're looking.
Alright, let's add this in. So 5.0. Oh, goddamn pen doesn't work. There we go. 12.5. 2.8. 3.5. And a 1. Okay. Alright, what is going on with you two just removing every single message that you're typing?
Check the tyres.
I wonder if we can actually see what's happened to Norris. No. Oh wow, he didn't even complete a lap. He must have crashed on his outlap. We've got no data at all for him. Alright, we will have to wait till the next session then and have a look. Alright, 99%. There we go. That's very similar, so I'm going to add that to the book now as well. So, 4.5, 12.5, 3.7, minus 3.4, and a 1. Okay. So we need to run, let's see, we did 38 laps. Let's go 32 laps this time. On the mediums, we're going to go soft tyres for Lewis. And let's run for 22 laps. And we'll send them out for the final practice session of the season. Alright, so this could be the first Grand Prix in a while that we've gone into this with max confidence. I don't mean max as in Verstappen confidence, although it's not necessarily a bad thing going into it with Verstappen confidence, but you know, maximum level of confidence in terms of our driver prep. Hopefully by the end of this session both of them will be at 100% driver preparation. The little tweak that we made to George will give him a 100% setup. We've both got 100% on car knowledge, and they should both get enough running to get up to 100% track knowledge. Max could have a retirement in Abu Dhabi for me to win the drivers. Yeah, he could. I would prefer to do it on track if possible. But I'll take a win anyway. I can get it. With a brief flash of a yellow flag there. Oh, it's a spin for Russell. Oh.
All good at this point. Whoa!
Okay,
and there it goes.
He's not damaged
And
the
there's
car.
not
He's
much
probably
they can
scuffed
do
his
about
tyres
that
a little
now.
bit. And that might have screwed up his driver progress in the session in terms of his track acclimatization. Does look like it might be flattening his curve slightly. Maybe not.
Just say what you'd like on the balance.
That's 100% on his setup. Yeah, it's still going up at the normal rate. That's good. If we win the race, we win the World Championship. That's all we need to do. But winning the race just got a lot harder with two fully powered Red Bulls. So effectively, all we need to do is outscore Max by 5 points. By 6 points. We need 6 or more points than Max in this Grand Prix. So first means we win regardless. Max could finish second and with the fastest lap, and he would still be 7 points, difference. So he would finish behind us by 2. Beyond that, the permutations will obviously change depending on where we finish and where he finishes. But we need to score 6 more points than Max to guarantee, to win the World Championship. Yeah, I don't think a draw will do it. Both drivers have 7 wins. Max achieved his 7 wins before we achieved our 7 wins. So I don't think that will be enough. I don't think the sprint wins will count. I honestly don't know if sprint wins will count in terms of count back. Yeah, that's what count back is. It's the tiebreaker. So, for example, if 2 drivers finish on equal points, then whichever driver has scored the most wins takes the lead. Takes the position. As far as I know, if it's tied, it's whoever got that number of wins first. But I don't know, with the addition of sprints, I don't know if sprint wins are also counted as part of the tiebreaker. We have more sprint wins than Max. Max has won 1 sprint, we've won 3 with Lewis. But like I said, I don't know if they're going to count or not. Well, there we go. Practice is done for the final time this year. We have both drivers sitting at 100%. It says 50% on the prep, but that will translate to 100% prep once the session is over. Has anyone else picked up a penalty? No. Let's see what happened to Norris's engine from that crash. Oh, it did. Oh, no, wait. Did Norris actually have a penalty? I know he had a new gearbox. Did he put in a... Oh, wait, no, he's... Yeah, so I think he destroyed a gearbox, because that's a brand new gearbox for this session. So I think that did knacker up that engine. And now he's had to take another penalty on top. Oh, Lando, my heart breaks for you. Alright, there we go. Both of our drivers going in with maximum confidence into qualifying. This is going to be absolutely crucial.
Will practice pay off for the drivers? Well, we're about to find out in qualifying.
Drivers are able to defend well during races at Abu Dhabi, preventing rivals from gaining easy positions. Setting a good grid position during qualifying is fundamental as a result.
Given what we've seen of late, what do you think of Kevin Magnussen there, Karun?
It's interesting because they weren't that fast in practice. I'm not sure if this was a lack of pace or just the team trying different things, but I imagine we'll see their true performance soon enough.
Fortunately for us, it's nearly time for them to hit the track.
Okay, here we go. Final qualifying of the year. It's, oh, wow, that ERS only just made it. Let's throw in the best parts we've got. They're not great, but they're enough to get us through the race. Russell will play a very important role today. Well, I hope so. Yeah. Okay, best parts as they are on the car. Yeah, they're not good when you compare them to the Red Bulls. They're really not good. Let's go qualify. Let's see what kind of baseline time we can put down.
We should do some work on the brakes.
Coming. Let's just focus on the outlap.
Yep.
I don't know if the game will recognise additional podium places. I hope it does, Ben, because I'm pretty sure we have more podium places with Lewis than Max has. But having said that, I don't think we have more second places than Max. I don't know on that, actually. Max hasn't been on the podium for a while. He might actually have more podiums than us. I don't know. We just got to try and make sure we just do it with enough points.
So no one ahead. To go.
Like I say, if we finish first and Max finishes second, and neither driver has the fastest lap, we finish ahead of him in the championship by 2 points. If Max gets the fastest lap, then he finishes 1 point behind us. Anything other than a win, and we need to make sure that there's at least 6 points between the two drivers. So not only does Lewis need to try and win the race, but we also need George to be on top of his game in case we can't win the race, so that he is an extra body between us and Max. I can see this being a very cruel end to our season. Alright, so George does a 123.7, Lewis a 123.3. I know he's got a better suspension than Russell, but that's a bigger gap than I would like to see. I think what we'll do is we'll do 2 runs in Q3 as one of the Red Bulls whips out right in front of us. That is Perez. We'll do 2 runs in Q3. We'll do the first run where Lewis gives Russell a slipstream, and then the second run where Lewis gives Russell the slipstream in the first run, and then at the second run at the end of the session, Russell will give Lewis the slipstream. Try and make sure that we can at least get one of our cars, if not on pole, then certainly on the front row. Would be nice. 2/10 on Stroll. Stroll, don't forget, also has a new engine. He's going to be in the mix. Stroll could be our white knight here this weekend. He could be the thorn in the side of Max that prevents him from getting the points he needs to clinch his title. So once again, I find myself in the dubious position of cheering on Lance Stroll. Evening, Sasha. Alright, we're good enough to go through with those times, so we're not going to go out again this session. We're going to save the tyres. I want to have as many options with tyres as possible for the race, in case we do get safety cars, etc. So let's speed up the rest of this session. Lock up
Let's
for
see
Albon.
what happened there. Now Alex Albon is part of this. Well, all right so far. The wheels just lock up there. What caused that, I wonder?
Well, looks like he kept it out the barrier. Let's keep an eye on Max. Oh, it's purple in the first. It's purple in the second. He's just purpling it. He takes provisional pole. Nearly 4/10 faster than Hamilton. Yeah, I think the Red Bulls are probably going to out-qualify us here. They do have penalties, though. That's the important thing. So they are going to drop down the grid a little bit. We need to get our drivers as far up the order as possible to really maximise that. Did we check Leclerc? I don't think we did we? Leclerc's running new gearbox and ERS, but not a new engine. Okay, well, hopefully he's still going to be competitive enough to take time out of Max and Checo. Right, so we're going to trial running a slipstream here in this session. And this will obviously determine how good a run we can get in Q3, hopefully.
Be careful with the warm-up.
Understood.
We'll focus on the brakes a bit.
Covering.
So, fingers crossed, this is going to work nicely. If it does, this will give us an improved chance of actually getting on the front row or taking pole position in the final session of qualifying.
Good to go.
At the end of the day, it doesn't necessarily matter if we don't
Circuit's
get
all
pole
clear.
position because of those penalties, but if we can qualify ahead of them, then that just means that they drop even further down the order. Because it's not their first engine change, then I think it's going to be just a 5-place penalty for the Red Bulls rather than 10-place penalties. Leclerc, I don't think it's his first his first ERS or gearbox change, but it's 2 parts, so that'll be a 5-place penalty per part. So Leclerc's looking at starting down a fair bit. It's a lot of sparks coming off the bottom of that McLaren there. Luckily it didn't get in the way. Russell is faster in Q1, in Sector 1. So he's just about close enough to get the slipstream. Not quite close enough in the second sector. And now I think Lewis will probably be faster in this sector as well. But yeah, I'm expecting 10-place penalty for Leclerc, 5-place penalty for both of the Red Bulls. Stroll, I'm not sure. I don't think it's his first engine change either. So, again, maybe only a 5-place penalty for Stroll. Oh, and Russell was quicker in the final sector. So, there we go. 1:23.4
Box.
for both drivers. That's not bad.
Understood.
So we'll just get that delta negative.
Again, that's going to be enough to get us through. What kind of time can Sainz set? Oh, Sainz is off the pace a bit. Oh, wow, the Red Bull's more than half a second faster than us there. That's not encouraging at all. Stroll starting his flying lap. And he does not improve. So Stroll's a bit off the pace. Alright, Leclerc on a flyer. We're about to start his flyer. Neither Red Bull's going back out again, they don't need to. Maybe Leclerc got held up a little bit by Debris there. I mean, he's going to get through. I just want to see what kind of time he can do. He improves, but he's slower than us. Is that because he got held up? I don't know. Oh, Sainz improves. So not only are we going to have to fend off the Red Bulls and Leclerc, we might have to fend off Sainz as well. Oh. Wow, it's going to be a really difficult final race. Okay. Right, final qualifying session.
Is that lap normal?
Understood.
Out lap critical.
Roger.
I'd love to know if the AI is actually breaking the cost cap. We can potentially expect Red Bull to be a little bit stronger next season as well, because in season 1, when you play as Red Bull, you also have the additional ATR restriction penalty for them breaking the cost cap in 2021. But that only affects the first season. So they're going to have more hours. They've already won the constructors. They're going to stay in, you know, first in terms of wind tunnel allocation.
Should be all clear
for next season. But they will have more hours next season than they did this season, because that penalty will be removed for season 2.
Good to go.
So we can definitely expect Red Bull to be a little bit better in car development next year. We've got no traffic in front, so we've got a nice clean run. We got Lewis into max confidence.
So call the car and we'll box.
Russell just below.
So we need to get that delta negative.
1:23.7. That's on
we're
old
all
tyres.
boxed.
That's not going to be a competitive time.
Covering.
But I am going to send them out for a 2-lap run on brand new tyres.
Wake up those rear brakes.
Covering. Let's just focus on the outlap.
Yep.
Okay, down to the nitty-gritty. Nut cutting time.
All clear ahead. Good to go.
Once again, we're going to have clear
So,
traffic
all
for this
clear.
first lap, which is crucial.
So you're good to go.
And hopefully, we'll have clear track for the second as well. I'm hopeful as well that we're going to get improvements across all sectors for both of our drivers here. And they're both up in the first, but neither of them have gone purple. Lewis not close enough on this lap for a slipstream. He's gone purple in the middle though, that's encouraging. Russell coming up to the line. Improves to P2. Hamilton takes provisional pole. So we've got an outlap to cool the tyres and recharge the battery. And then we go again. And this time I think Hamilton might possibly be close enough to get the full benefit of a slipstream here. He's at absolute peak confidence. This is as good as it's going to be for him to take pole position. Max has still not left the garage. Is he not coming out again? Max doesn't come back out again. This is going to be perfect. Perez isn't coming back out again either. Leclerc is on an out lap. There's Sainz. Oh, here we go. Sainz, Verstappen, Perez. Yeah, they're all leaving the garage. Which means we're going to encounter traffic. And we're going to have 3 cars all quite close to each other that's going to get in the way. That's not good at all.
Track is all clear.
All right, here we go. Winding up for the final qualifying lap that we're going to do in 2023.
Circuit's all clear.
We currently have provisional pole. I'm not sure by how much. Less than a tenth, I think. Can we nail this? No improvement for George in the first sector, but Lewis goes purple. And now he should be able to get a slipstream here. George improves in the second sector. Lewis purple again. We're coming up to the back of that traffic in front. I think we might just get away with this. Yeah, this is where they start pushing. We're okay. Woo! Alright, George, can you improve?
So that's checkered flag.
He does improve his time. Lewis improves his time. I don't think Perez crossed the line in time. I don't know if Max did either. Leclerc goes P3. Verstappen's in P7, and with that penalty, he's not even going to be in the top 10. Oh, wow. Perez, P2, he's going to drop to P7. Stroll's going to have a penalty, but he's going to be in front of Max as well. Leclerc has 2 penalties, we think. So that's going to be behind Max. Oh, this is going to be a very, very interesting grid. And Sainz has yet to cross the line. Is he still on a flyer? I think he is. What can Sainz do? Can he improve above Max? Yes, he can! Excellent stuff. So that's and Max down yet another place. Woo! Thank you, Ferrari. So there we go. We managed to get pole position. George unfortunately got 4th, but with the penalties for Perez and Leclerc, that does put him into P2 anyway. So we will lock out the front row. This is where I wish we could see how much the penalty was. It still baffles me that they didn't update the penalty system for this game. But I'm assuming that that's a 5-place penalty for Perez, a 10-place penalty for Leclerc, 5-place penalty for Stroll, and a 5-place penalty for Max. But again, we don't know for definite.
Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
Yes, Marina has played host to a fair few title-deciding races, such as 2016 when Lewis Hamilton secured the top podium spot, only for Mercedes teammate Nico Rosberg to claim second and secure his maiden World Championship.
Lewis there, getting himself ready for today's race. Karun, how's he going to be feeling at the moment, do you think?
To be honest, I think they're exceeding expectations and impressing a lot of people with their performances.
The anticipation is reaching boiling point at the Marina circuit. Do you think it's time to get started? Well, the fans here at Abu Dhabi do.
And there it is, there's the Flintstones comment that always makes me chuckle. Right. Strategy. Oh, this is going to be an interesting call. I mean, on paper, that looks to be the way to go. Only 2 seconds faster. It's only a second faster, and it will give us a little bit more leeway in the middle. I think I'm going to go with the hard tyres for George and the mediums for Lewis. I just think that might be the better option. We want George to be defensive. We wanted to have that extra grip. He's not going to have the pace, but those tyres will be quicker towards the end of their stint than Lewis's, but hopefully Lewis will be off and down the road by that point. Fuel. What do I do with fuel? 1.8 kilos a lap. Good chance of a safety car. I'm going to go 3 laps of fuel. We'll go aggressive off the start. Yeah, okay. For the final time, let's go racing.
Only 58 laps stand between the drivers and the checkered flag here under the lights at the Marina circuit. Our attention shifts to Lewis Hamilton and what he can produce in this race.
They start in P1, but will they be able to stay there? The first corner could be so crucial.
Here we go. It's time to go racing. Hold on tight. It's the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
All right, so Sainz is third, Leclerc is fourth. So no penalty for Leclerc then, by the look of it. Well, maybe a small penalty, but where are the Red Bulls? 16th for Perez. Verstappen's in 12th. Where's Stroll? Stroll's down in 18th. Alright, so we need to break away as quickly as we can.
So it's hammer time. Yep.
If we can. And then it's just going to be a case of hanging on and hoping the Red Bulls don't catch us up. There's some pretty quick cars between us and Max. I really wish it was Perez in 12th and Max in 16th, but we'll make do with what we've got. I think there's a high likelihood that we're not going to get the fastest lap in today's race, unfortunately. Oh, we got a yellow flag. Oh, I see someone dropping down. I thought for a second it might be a Red Bull. It's not. It's Yuki.
Right then, you can take a look now. Along the straights here. Well, you can see the lockup, and hopefully there's not too much damage to the tyres.
Oh, we've almost broken away from Sainz. Perez up to 14th, Max up to 11th, and all over the back of Magnussen. Mercedes 1-2, Ferrari 3-4. Hülkenberg's in 5th. How did that happen?
If we could just drop back a bit.
Covering. We shall keep these tyres in good nick.
Understood.
Sasha wants to see what the tyres are. There we go. Oh, they're on mediums. Ah, okay. We're the only ones starting on soft. Oh, does that mean that they're one stopping?
It's currently P1. So we've got George behind. Increase in lifting coast.
Understood.
Mediums to suggest a one stop. Okay, so, well, we did the important thing, which was to break away. Oh, there we go. We did the important thing, which was to break away at the start of the session to not give the Ferraris DRS. So if everyone there is one stopping who's on a medium tyre, Perez is two stopping if he's on the softs. Stroll is two stopping. Stroll's up to 15th now. And Norris is two stopping, but everyone else is probably one stopping. Hülkenberg will probably spin or something. I'm hoping he's going to crash into Max when Max tries to overtake him.
Just reduce your speed.
Copy.
So, as things currently stand, with Hamilton leading and Russell in second, we are world champions. Verstappen now up to 10th. He's got past Magnussen and he's already in the DRS of Ocon, who is just dropping out of range of Albon, so that's going to potentially leave him vulnerable on the next lap. Yeah, with things as they are, if we stay where we are, Max cannot win the World Championship. If Max gets into second place, he still cannot win the World Championship. There isn't enough points available for second place for him to stop Lewis from winning. So, We need to keep the Ferraris
And happy to pick up the
behind
pushing
us if we can, to act as an extra mobile speed block.
Shifting coast.
Yep.
I think I just gave Leclerc DRS, I'm not sure. We're not really pulling away, so I think, yeah, we did.
Use the overtake.
See if we can just stretch that gap a little bit more. Burn the last of our battery. So Alonso is leading this little trail of cars. Alonso does not have a new engine, but is a canny old fox. So fingers crossed he can keep Max behind him when Max inevitably gets on his tail. Max feinting a look at the inside, almost gets his car alongside Ocon there, but couldn't quite do it. Now Albon is at risk of dropping off, which means Ocon will probably get the move done out of this straight here. Unless Albon was able to get back in DRS. I don't think he was. He wasn't, no. Ocon's going to move up. We've killed the batteries. But we've opened up the gap to nearly 3 seconds now. Perez up to 13th and is on the back of Bottas. Stroll in 14th, so those two are slowly moving their way up the field as well. And I think Albon's going to get past here. Oh, he's got the DRS open. Maybe he can defend. Max will probably try and throw it around the outside. Albon covers him off. But is that going to cause him to miss the DRS? Yes, it is. Alright, come on. Come on, Alex. Hold him back. Max is just going to go straight up the inside. No, Max bails out of it. Good stuff. We are saving fuel and keeping the gap at about 3 seconds. Could be one of those races where we spend very little time watching our own cars and most of the race watching someone else. A reminder, all we need to do is win this race with Hamilton and then we win the World Championship regardless of where Max finishes. But if we can't win the race, we need to score 6 points more than he does to guarantee that we win the title. So if Max wins the race, there's no way we can overhaul him. If Max finishes second, if we're not in first, we lose the World Championship. If Max finishes third and we're in second, we lose the World Championship. What was new in today's update, says Mr. Watter? All they did was roll back the changes they've made to development sliders for research to build 1.5, which was the build before they did the big 1.6 update, which introduced team switching and the changes to those sliders. Apparently community feedback said that it caused all sorts of weird issues, or made the development way overpowered, so they've immediately rolled that back, and I'm guessing they'll tweak it and reintroduce that at some point. What if Checo and Max crash? Well, then it's going to screw up their race. Oh wow, speaking of Perez, he is now up to 11th and closing on Max, but Max is going to get the move done here on Albon. Hulkenberg now down to 7th. Keeping my fingers crossed that we can deploy the German secret weapon here. I swear to God, if Logan Sargent or Alex Albon spins their Williams out with 5 laps to go and puts it in the wall, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be highly suspicious. Cool down Russell's tyres. I'm going to go into harvest mode for about half a lap. I won't be very happy. No. No, it'll be like Vietnam flashbacks. Alright, got the gap over Leclerc up to nearly 4 seconds. There are the two Ferraris, and there's a big gap back to Alonso. It's now 7 seconds. Perez is past Albon. He's into the points as well. He's in 10th. Stroll's still down in 14th. He's not making the progress I thought he might. So Stroll is probably not going to be a factor in this Grand Prix. Just kind of hoping that his new engine will allow him to be a thorn inside of the Red Bulls. Ocon shaping up for a move on Hulkenberg, and Max is right behind the pair of them. This could potentially bring Perez into the mix. I would love it if Perez and Max start fighting each other. Max going to throw it up the inside. No, he's not. Ocon covered him off. Perez is almost in DRS range now. There we go. Yeah, really hoping that Perez is going to take points off his teammate here today. As far as I know, the AI does not employ team orders, so those two will be free to fight each other. Perez is on softs though, so he is going to have to make an extra stop over Max, assuming that Max is one stopping. I'm assuming that everyone who's on mediums right now is going to do the one stop onto hards. Perez won't be able to do that on softs. The tyres just won't last long enough. We've obviously committed to a two-stop. Need to try and make that work. And I think what I might well do with Russell is put him on mediums instead of hards as well. I don't know. I'm unsure on that one. I may yet put Hamilton on hards. How you doing, Daniel?
Charge the pack.
Yeah, I agree.
We need to start reducing that management.
Copy. Yeah, we just need to make sure that we don't fall off a cliff on that tyre.
What do I think of Lewis signing his new contract today? Yeah, new two-year deal for Lewis. He'll be at the team till the end of 2025. George has signed a new contract as well, although I don't know the details of George's contract. I've not read much beyond the headline. I'm not at all surprised that Lewis has signed a new contract. As I was saying a couple of days ago, where else is he going to go? You know, you don't want to go to Ferrari at the moment. They are a team in a little bit of turmoil. They've got some serious work to do to get back onto a stable platform. He's not going to go to Red Bull because Red Bull aren't going to put him and Hamilton, him and Max together. They're going to want someone who will be subservient to Max. He's not going to go to Aston Martin because Alonso's there and they're not getting rid of Stroll. McLaren aren't going to want to take him on because Lando's their golden goose, and they've just signed Piastri, who is performing very well this season and is a real potential for the next couple of seasons if he keeps developing. Alpine are a disaster, and everyone else is way too slow. So yeah, I mean, it was inevitable he was going to re-sign. It was just a question of when that was going to happen. It obviously took a lot longer than was expected, but next season hopefully he'll be given a car that can help him challenge. Yeah, it would be nice to see him back up in the title fight again. Leclerc's on a bit of a tear right now. He's pushing hard, just as well that we have finished charging our batteries.
So stop and charge.
Just about.
Understood.
In the Baron, I'm losing my gap to Ferrari. Yes, I'm watching. Leclerc is sprinting away from Sainz. My tyres are starting to go off.
Understood.
Mind you, the Ferrari's tyres aren't that much better than ours. How can you tell if you have enough fuel in this game? well, I'm minus 2.4 kilos at the moment, so I'm going to run out of fuel until that hits 0. The fuel gauge is a prediction as to how much fuel you're going to have at the end of the race. And then obviously depending on what fuel mode you're running will determine whether you're burning fuel at the rate that will allow you to recover some of that deficit. Or whether it will increase the deficit. So running on a balanced, you will gain maybe a little bit of fuel over the course of a race, not a huge amount against your prediction. Running in push means you'll burn more fuel than you can account for. So you'll end up burning too much fuel and running out, and then conserve allows you to save fuel running the engine at a less than optimal setting, so you don't burn as much and recover some of that deficit as the race goes on. Why am I letting them fight? I only did on that set there because I wanted Lewis to get the confidence boost for getting the overtake, so that it boosts his stats a little bit. I think we're probably done with fuel saving for now as well. We've saved 2 kilos already. That will help improve our pace slightly. Have I signed Lewis for next year? I have. I've signed him on a 1-year extension. Tried 2 or 3 years and he wouldn't go for it, so in the end I just went for just 1 year. So at the end of next season, when we leave Mercedes and go to another team, Hamilton might be going elsewhere as well. We won't be signing Hamilton wherever we go next. Hamilton may just retire at the end of next season. When Lewis wins his 8th title, do I think he'll retire? I don't know. A lot of people thought Lewis was going to retire about 5 years ago, and he didn't. A lot of people thought he was going to retire 2 years ago, and he's still going. Alright, we're into the pit window already. That's come pretty quick, actually. Yeah, we will go hard tyres with George.
So, box.
Right. Max is 7th, and Perez is now in 8th. 13 seconds. Okay, so we're going to come out somewhere, I think, around 10th. Maybe 11th with Russell. Lewis has got nothing more to prove. He should retire as the GOAT. Oh, hello. Big crash for Bottas. Is this going to bring out a VSC?
And not much that the team can do about that.
If the car can go again, then it won't. Oh, yes, a VSC. So we're going to box both of our drivers. In that case, because we're going to have a couple of laps. This also sorts out our fuel situation. Just wish I kind of spent some battery now. I could have recharged that under the ERS. Because we're going to have a couple of slow laps, I'm going to actually switch Russell onto the mediums. And we're going to box Lewis onto the mediums as well. Let's just amend Russell's strategy. There we go.
BSC. So keep the delta positive.
Yep.
If we could just drop back a bit.
Covering. Box. box.
In the box, sir.
Okay, so this is an advantage for us. I would imagine a good chunk of those medium runners are probably going to box as well. And this isn't good for them because it just means it's extra laps that their hards are going to have to do if they try and stay on a one-stop strategy. I just realised it's not I should have just kept them both out. I shouldn't have stacked them. Never mind. Too late now. Clean stop for Lewis. Russell is going to get passed by the Ferrari. I should have left Russell out for another lap. That was a mistake. So it is hard tyres for Charles Leclerc, who's come out right behind Max, who has yet to stop. Perez has stopped, so we might see Max box at the end of this lap. Yeah, with the VSC, it usually lasts for about 2 laps. I should have kept George out for another lap and then boxed him, so that there wasn't, any time loss with the double stack. It would have kept him ahead of Leclerc, but I mean, we'll be able to re-overtake Leclerc. But it's just, hassle. Kind of just panicked a little bit. Thinking of the implication. Oh, actually, no, maybe we did that right. Verstappen is staying out, so that gives us a huge advantage over Max now. He's not far behind us.
DRS has been enabled.
Too busy talking, I forgot to get this going. There we go.
Let's push.
Yeah, Max is... Oh, we've got a yellow flag already? A locker for Magnussen.
Take a look here. Now, this happened as they arrived at turn 12.
Oh, man, that Mercedes is sparking like crazy.
And there's the lockup. They were just unable to do much about it.
And if Max has just put those tyres on, which I think he has,
Pick up the pace.
yeah, he's just taken 7% of the life out of those tyres with that lockup. That's not good for him. But yeah, we now have a big advantage over Max because... Oh, that was a bit of a weird lunge there. Max has still got to stop. We've got one of our stops out of the way and we are ahead of him. Another yellow flag. It's all kicking off here. What's going on now?
So currently have a yellow flag.
Yeah, copy.
Crash for Logan Sargent on turn 1.
There's debris all over.
Alright, let's just hold station.
Charge the pack.
Okay.
As I say, the last of that fuel, even though we don't really need to. Hamilton breaking away from Alonso, that's what we need. Not pushing the tyres because cannot take the risk of pushing the tyres. Russells are up to temperature. Max makes a move on Alonso. So Max is up to third, but as I say, has yet to stop. So he's going to lose some ground to Lewis, simply because of the stop. He's going to lose around 20 seconds. Maybe a little bit more. Sainz is yet to stop as well, but we are reeling him in hand over fist right now. Just going to protect George's tyres a little bit as well. Going to wait for the opportunity. I'm not going to try and push past now while Alonso and Max are fighting in front of us. And there goes Alonso. So we might see Sainz and Max boxing in the next lap or two. And Alonso's going into softs, so he's two stopping. New fastest lap for Perez. There he is. Another yellow flag. Alonso is out in front of Perez.
Let's take a look at the replay. Here we are then looking at turn 12. And the car just locks. And they ended up
It's a popular corner for locking up. Alright, Russell's dropped off the back of Leclerc, but now that we've stopped fuel saving and stopped charging the battery, that gap should close back up again. Leclerc has gone in front of Max. That's not good. Lewis now within 2 seconds of Sainz. Is Sainz going to box this lap? Max is boxing, so this should be for hard tyres. No, he's going soft as well, so Max is two stopping. Oh, in that case, this race is potentially ours. Ours for the taking. Right. Let's let George start to close up on Charles.
Push now.
Copy.
So Leclerc is the fly in the ointment in this Grand Prix because he is potentially going to be one stopping. Whether those hards will last or not, I don't know. Possibly. Possibly not. He might be going soft, hard, soft. Or no, he went medium to hard. He might go medium, hard, soft. You're heading off, are you, Toby? All right, well, yeah, enjoy the replay tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll be a happy replay. We shall see. You'll have to, let's say you'll have to watch the replay to find out how we do. All right, Russell is now closing back onto Leclerc again.
Just up the lift and coast a little more.
Understood.
You hope for my sake it is. Yeah, so do I. Let's just get Lewis recharged again. We do need to break away from Leclerc more than we have done. So plan is a lap or two behind Sainz or until he boxes, and then just sprint away again once we've refilled the battery. Just try and open that gap back up again. It looks as though Sainz is potentially trying to push. Maybe he's on an in-lap. Actually, we don't need to do any more fuel saving with Hamilton. Ferrari's still going. He must be pushing to be extending the gap, given the tyre deficit. Will Max go soft medium or soft soft? Yeah, I've been wondering that as well. I suppose it depends how quickly he burns out those new tyres of his. If he gets held up in traffic, then that's going to overheat those tyres, which means he might have to go for another set of mediums, or he might just have to slam the anchors on and just do several slow laps to cool the tyres down again. Another yellow flag. Someone spun out. Who is
There's
it?
a yellow flag now.
Alonso. Ooh. That's going to free up Perez.
Yeah, what a mistake, eh?
Just need to make sure we keep these tyres in good nick.
Yep.
Just the one retirement so far for Valtteri Bottas, whose crash brought out that VSC. And Sainz boxes, so
Use the overtake.
let's go for a quick lap. And let's put a bit of pressure on the back of Charles as well. So we currently have a 17.5-second gap to Max, who is going to have to stop again, as are we. So, oh, that's a pit stop issue for Ocon.
The Alpine crew standing by. Oh, but it's slow. That's so unfortunate for the team.
He's got medium. So he'll be going softs at the end, I would imagine. Where was I? Yeah, we've got a 17.5-second gap to Max. We've both got to make another stop, so that is the de facto gap. It's not like, Max doesn't have to stop and we do. So we need to make sure we have a pit stops gap, or close to it. That is a big gap for Max to have to overcome, and we're almost at half distance. Just a few more laps to hit the halfway point. So we're looking really good for the championship as things stand right now, but things can change very quickly at this circuit. As I say, a safety car will wipe out that gap and really condense the field back down again. Max is quick right now, 126.8. Just a fraction, and I do mean a fraction slower, just 0.005 of a second slower than Lewis on that last lap.
Yeah, we just need to make sure that we don't fall off a cliff on that tyre.
Alright, got to get back up to about 5 seconds.
Let's have a think about getting the pack back up.
Leclerc's reasonably quick on those hard tyres, and Max is up to 4th now. But he is going to be giving up DRS to Gasly, so hopefully Gasly can get back in front of him. Not even close, so I think Max is pushing. I think this lap's going to be a quicker lap than the last one. Russell almost in range of Leclerc. Again, it doesn't really matter where Russell finishes. You know, if Leclerc finishes 2nd, Russell finishes 3rd, that's fine, as long as Russell finishes ahead of Max. You know, that's the objective. Leclerc may potentially even finish in front of Lewis. I don't think that will be the case. I think, you know, his tyres will be too worn out at the end to hold off a fast charging Lewis. We missed the DRS, yes we did. He should be close enough now.
Charge the pack.
Come on.
That gap's come down again. I wonder if we made the wrong call going onto the mediums. I'd like to think we made the right call there, but who knows? Don't forget our engines are suboptimal right now, around 50%. So they're below the power loss threshold, which means they are degrading with every lap. Leclerc's isn't new, and I think his is now into the power loss threshold for the Ferrari, but it's still at least 20% better than our engines. And Max obviously has a brand new one. So, yeah, things can change quickly. But if Leclerc wins this race and Hamilton finishes 2nd, we need Russell in 3rd. Because we'll get 18 points for 2nd, it's 15 for 3rd, it's 12 for 2nd. If that happens, and Max has the fastest lap, as he does right now, we'll be level on points and we might lose the championship on count back. Leclerc is pushing. 127.8. He's almost as fast as Max. We'd almost got back in touch with him, and then he just pushed a little bit.
Pushing level.
Yep, fine.
So, a 28.1, a 27.5, a 28.2. Yeah, Leclerc is pushing right now. A 28.1 for Max. So Max is just recharging slightly. What's his tyre percentage? There we go. Someone earlier said that he didn't think the hards would last. I'm starting to think that might be the case for Leclerc, that he might have to stop again. I'm hopeful that's the case, but at the same time, I'd rather he didn't. I'd rather he stayed out on really worn tyres. because otherwise he's going to be all over the back. Well, actually, no, I don't know. Maybe him stopping is going to be the best thing. He's still lapping faster than Lewis. Lewis is just not quick at the moment. I'm starting to worry our engines are really starting to give up on us. Let's take a quick look. 53%. They're overheating slightly. That's not good either. Okay, temperature's coming down again. We managed to get a bit of DRS here. That's good. 53% on Lewis's engine as well. You've seen the AI take them down to the low 20s before. Yeah, I have as well, but I don't know. If there's a safety car or a VSC in the next sort of 10-15 laps, I would imagine that Leclerc will definitely box. Right, so that Williams will dive out of the way, so Charles will not get the DRS benefit. We might. No, I think he's going to pull over before we get to the detection point. Yeah, it does. Only just, though. Oh, we got it. We got it. Fantastic. Okay. This is our chance to get back in range of Charles.
Overtake.
Coming.
And then I'm just going to park Russell in front and drive a bit defensive.
Let's just manage these tyres.
Okay.
Right, now I've got to try and stay in range. And is Leclerc pushing again? He did 28.6 on the last lap. 28.3. So he was pushing for a bit. Looks like he's calming down again, but we are just not where we need to be. Full push on those tyres just to make sure we do get the DRS. There we go, we got it.
If we could just drop back a bit.
Coming.
Overtake is available.
Yeah, roger.
Alright, so gap is now 14.5 seconds to Verstappen. He's taken 3 seconds out since we last checked. We're due to stop on lap 40. This is going to be a very tactical game of cat and mouse now, I think, until the checkered flag. I'm really not sure whether or not I should start backing up Leclerc with Russell. If he's going to have to two-stop, then it's definitely going to be the right call. But if he's one-stopping... Well, if he's one-stopping, it's definitely the right call. If he's two-stopping, I don't know if it's going to be the right call, because he's just going to back him into Max. And then he's going to be vulnerable to Max when Max makes his second stop, because Leclerc will have to make one as well. But we're not pulling away enough. If he is on a one-stop. Oh, it's going to be touch and go. We might just have got the DRS there. Yes, we did. Good. Good, good, good. Albon is into the box. So is Norris. So hard tyres for Norris. And I think hard tyres for Albon as well. Yep.
Charge the pack.
Sorry.
Max picking his pace up again. Leclerc's pace has dropped off now. To the point where he's lapping around the same time as Hamilton. And he has closed the gap a little bit more. It's under 3 seconds now. Right, we'll see if we can get Russell in front of Leclerc on the next lap.
Just reduce your speed.
Cool those tyres down a touch. Definitely do push the temperatures up when you're following another car close behind them. Right, we're getting into the pit windows. I'm going to have to try and take the fastest lap away from Verstappen just to be on the safe side. Alonso boxes. Got a yellow flag.
So yellow,
A
yellow.
lock up for Oscar.
That's it.
Now this, I think, was at turn 13. The brakes couldn't cope, but that's just the risk you take. The later you leave it.
Alright, it's good defensive.
Overtake available.
Yeah, coming.
This is going to slow down George, and as a result of that, slow down Charles as well. This is a risk because we don't know whether he's going to have to stop again. Max is going to close the gap as well. There is Max in the background. He is getting closer.
Happy to start reducing that management.
Coming.
Max is tearing up that gap right now. Well, I say he's tearing it up. It's mainly Russell having considerably slower. It's bringing Max closer to them, and Lewis is getting further away. Everything that happens from second down could be completely irrelevant in this race if Lewis wins. But that is not a guarantee.
So just charge that paddock.
Understood.
So look at George's confidence level. Pretty good. Safe fuel with Lewis. Why? Why do I want to make the car heavier than it needs to be? I've already got a little bit of fuel in reserve. Why do I want to slow him down and bring him back into this fight that we are deliberately creating to give him a chance to pull away? Oh, there is Max. He's less than 3 seconds behind now. And you can see we're doing 2 seconds a lap slower than we were thanks to this defensive driving. Oh, Leclerc is finally breaking through. Okay, so let's go out of defensive mode. Let's burn out the last of these tyres for Lewis, and we'll do the same with Russell.
Just stay close to him.
Yeah, Max is flying right now, but we've increased the gap between Hamilton and Leclerc to 7.5 seconds. So it's if Leclerc is only one stopping, then it's definitely helped in that respect.
Box.
So this lap.
We had a 17-second gap to Max. That's down to just 9 seconds.
Box, end of this lap. Change tyres.
Yes, Fox.
Let's take a look at Leclerc's tyres. 54%. They can do it, but I don't know if they will. They'll be, those tyres will be slow. They'll be very slow.
And just charge the pack.
Understood.
I just saw a flash of white and red behind me and I thought, oh god, please tell me Hulkenberg or Magnussen's not going to hit me. Alright, here we go. Need a clean stop. Doesn't need to be particularly fast, it just needs to be clean. Oh, god damn it.
Sorry about that.
Ah, 4 seconds lost.
And track will be clear on exit.
That sucks. That sucks so bad. Don't think we held up George though. I think George literally just drove straight in as we were driving out, so not the end of the world there.
Just need to make sure keep these tyres in good nick.
Yep.
Just work on getting that pack back up.
Russell under pressure from Perez. Perez's tyres are dead. He's still got the move done. But this might give us the DRS. It did. Right, we're going to push Russell to get him onto the back of Lewis. We are 13.5 seconds behind Max, who is in the lead and boxes.
Use the overtake.
That's a clean stop. We might lose the lead to Max here because of that pit stop. Right, he's behind Russell. We are 15.5 seconds behind Charles Leclerc. Sainz is not stopping again, but he's going to be slow. We're going for a fastest lap with Lewis. Let's try and push Russell a little bit.
So happy to push now.
Yeah.
We don't have any DRS to help us out, which is a bit of a shame. You have to do it purely on pace, and we are going purple. Okay, there is Sainz. That is a fastest lap.
Fastest on track. Yeah, we just need to make sure that we don't fall off the cliff on that time.
And our gap now much smaller than I thought it was. We're only 7 seconds off the back of Leclerc. I thought we were a bit more than that off. It was just the timings were a bit screwed up. Is that going to be enough of a fastest lap to hold off Verstappen taking it? Honestly, don't know.
So we need 300 metres lifting coast.
Charge the pack.
And Leclerc has boxed. Okay, so he did need to box again. That means Sainz might box again. I'd rather Sainz stay out. He's going to cause more of a hassle for the Red Bulls if he stays out than if he boxes. Leclerc's going to come out behind Verstappen. A long way behind Verstappen. Wow. Yeah, that's the difference in staying out those extra couple of laps on worn hards against brand new softs. How far behind is he? 4 seconds behind.
If we could just drop back a bit.
Alright, is Sainz going to box again? Or is he going to stay out? If he stays out, there's a potential to at least hold up Verstappen for maybe a lap or two. While Russell is between the two of us, I am going to be looking after Lewis's tyres as much as possible. And that is DRS range on Sainz, so that allows us to recharge our battery very quickly. Again, Max can finish second to Hamilton and we still win the title regardless of who has the fastest lap. So we are going to slam Russell into full-on defensive mode as soon as Verstappen gets close enough and just try and hold him up. Burn out his tyres a bit, you know, get him to overheat those tyres by staying in the staying on the back of the gearbox of Russell's car.
So just charge that pack.
Lewis dives up the inside, completes the move, does a little whoop.
So Lewis,
For, you know, for Farah, even though he's not here, well, he might be here, but he just might not be saying anything. Oh, and Max has caught him already. That did not take long. All right, always defend. Battle assist.
Overtake is available.
Oh, and he just went straight around. Didn't even have the chance to try and defend. All right. Let's see if we can get him back. Max is definitely pushing right now. Oh yeah, 124.2. He took the fastest lap again, didn't he? Of course he did. Alright, well, as I say, as long as we finish ahead of him, that does not matter. But the fact that he is so close, he's within 2.5 seconds, that is worrying considering we've still got 12 laps to go. And he's just going to dive up the inside of Sainz here.
And happy to pick up the pushing level.
So we roll.
Let's keep this up.
Just push.
Understood.
This is going to be a really nervy final 11 laps. And I don't think I've got enough tyre left to take the fastest lap away from Max. Is this season 1? Yes, this is season 1.
And you have press and hold overtake available.
Yep.
Can I show the championship? We are 5 points behind Max Verstappen in the championship. So as things stand, we're going to win the World Drivers' Championship with Hamilton. Red Bull have already won the Constructors. They're 100 points ahead of us regardless of how this race finishes. Right, now we just got to try and frustrate Max as long as possible. See if we can get Russell back in front of him.
Just reduce your speed.
Driver's eye view of the fight for the World Championship.
keep plugging away.
It's going to be like this to the flag
We
now.
have push and hold overtake available.
Yep.
Right, so we are overheating Max's tyres.
So no need to charge the pack.
Understood.
Push and hold it, overtake.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nothing I can do.
So anything could happen.
Come on, George.
I need to start reducing that management.
Copy. Let's just work on getting that pack back up. So stop and charge.
Let's push and get past it.
Shit, Max got the DRS.
Use the overtake. And just charge the pack.
To be fair to George, he's trying to overtake a car that is faster than he and with a much better engine and a better driver and with better tyres.
Just manage these tyres.
So, yeah, he's up against it.
Charge the pack.
All I'm hoping is that he can at least just keep distracting Max.
Overtake is available. Yeah, we just need to make sure that we don't fall off the cliff on that time.
And if we could just drop back a bit.
Copy.
If we can keep slowing things down, we could potentially bring Leclerc into the mix, although that might not be the best idea. That would probably just have more of an impact on Russell than it would on Verstappen.
Only 5 laps.
This is going to go down to the final corners. Evening, Bakir.
This is awesome work, come on. So currently P1. I just don't think about getting the pack back up.
Understood.
Yeah, I've got a few people watching. Yeah, well, this is this is the tightest race we've seen in a long time. Crucially, we've just got Lewis into peak confidence. That will really help. That will really help with the defence. 4 laps to go. And Max is going to cruise past again. We're not going to be able to block that one. Oh, it was a little slow there. Okay, is Max going to try and break away from us?
Let's charge that pack.
Alright, we'll tuck in. Alright, we've burnt Max's tyres down to 46%.
Yeah, don't sweat it. Let's make sure we keep these tyres in good nick.
I think it might be worth maybe just staying behind him now until the last lap or two and then trying to sprint.
3 laps remaining.
About to be a reverse 2021. I'm hoping. Max is pushing. And he's going to get DRS off the back of that car in front.
Start the charge. And we'll push. Let's push.
So happy to push now.
Covering.
All right, here we go.
And happy to pick up the pushing level.
Covering.
How many more laps?
2 laps remaining.
Right, back in the lead. And we're just going to stay in sprint now. We've got enough battery to sprint this final lap and hope that's enough. Russell's almost on the back of Max as well. Could Russell yet spoil Max's party even more? Not if I run him out of fuel. Oh, it's so close to breaking the DRS. Max is not going to get the DRS. Russell is.
Let's get to some management. Turn 5.
Coming.
Come on, George. Come on, George. Come on, George. Come on, George. Come on. Oh, it's so close. Oh, he nearly ran us in the wall. Come on. Yes. Yes. We did it. Oh. Woo.
Absolutely. Just first class.
Oh, not just the championship, but a 1-2 at the final race as well.
Lewis Hamilton picks up the win.
Astounding. I don't think anyone would deny them their victory lap after a race like that.
Oh, man. Farah is very happy. Farah is suspiciously absent for tonight. Oh, what a race. I had serious reservations going into the start of this race when I saw that the Red Bulls were on new engines. And when I saw how quickly Verstappen was catching us, I thought, oh, this could be bad. And then he got in front of us and started pulling away, and I'm like, oh, this could be bad. But in the end, he just didn't have enough left. We deliberately kept a little bit in reserve for Hamilton at the end to try and break away in the last lap or two. And the icing on the cake, Russell crossing the line ahead of Max by just under 0.2 of a second. Just, as I say, the icing on the cake, the cherry on the top there. It doesn't do anything for us in the Constructors' Championship. It doesn't affect the Drivers' Championship. You know, Verstappen in second would have won it for us anyway. But there we go. That is the Drivers' Champion trophy.
Drive from Lewis Hamilton.
Incredible. That
And the one down trophy, complete the season in career mode.
Absolutely spot on.
Well, they've been waiting for this, haven't they? And it's only right that they make the most of it. And Lewis Hamilton takes to the podium once more, adding yet another trophy to his legacy.
It gets even better for the team, with both drivers scoring a podium finish this weekend.
Hard to believe that's another one over. The season's ended, the party's just beginning, here in Abu Dhabi.
There we go. That is title number 8 for Lewis. We've righted the wrong of Abu Dhabi 2021.
It's one of the all-time greats, and it means Mercedes will take home another championship trophy.
They've got a remarkable driver there, one who's done superbly this season to secure the Drivers' Championship with the support of the team.
And that then concludes our time here in Abu Dhabi.
And that's it for this season of Formula One. The teams will be working hard in the break, gearing up for another year of thrilling F1 action.
So there it is, final results for the Grand Prix. A 1-2 for Lewis and George, holding positions that they started in. Max up 10 places and took the fastest lap, but it wasn't enough. He wasn't able to overcome the might of Mercedes in this Grand Prix. Leclerc gains a position to finish in 4th place. Perez up 12 places. Stroll up 11 places. So they did manage to really capitalise on those new engines following their penalties. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. A bit further down, Lando and De Vries also gaining places after penalties for them as well. Max did get the fastest lap, but he finished 9 points behind Lewis. We only were 5 points behind going into this Grand Prix. So, confirmation, Lewis is an 8-time world champion. Leads the championship standings from Max Verstappen by 4 points. Perez will take 3rd, Leclerc in 4th, Sainz in 5th. George, unfortunately, couldn't quite overhaul Sainz. He got within just 4 points in the end, but it was just a little bit too much. Alonso in 7th place with 220 points. Stroll in 8th place. Then it's Ocon finishing ahead of his teammate. Those two have been swapping places in the standings all season, and in the end it is... I was going to say the Frenchman finishing ahead of Gasly, but they're both French, so it's the Frenchman ahead of the Frenchman. 11th place for Magnussen. Lando Norris, disappointing season for him in 12th. Nico Hülkenberg in 13th with 8 points. He actually picked up another point today, the last point of the season. Albon 14th, Yuki Tsunoda 15th, Bottas 16th, De Vries 17th, 18th for Sargent, 19th for Piastri, 20th for Zhou. And the last 4 drivers, the only ones not to score a point this season. Let's take a look at the final Constructors' Championship standings. So Red Bull already confirmed as champions, finished on 756 points. We did reduce that down a little bit more to finish on 673 points. In the end, we absolutely blew Ferrari out of the water. That's quite a turnaround. We got 8 wins this season, and we got all 8 of them in a row. We've won the last 8 races on the bounce with Lewis. George has definitely played the supporting role this season. Next season, we will be letting them fight amongst themselves. We will not be giving any preferential treatment unless we end up in a similar situation this season where one driver has a better chance of winning the title over the other. We'll see how that goes. Ferrari in 3rd, 566 points, comfortably ahead of Aston Martin, who on 350. Alpine in 5th on 164. Haas picking up the final point there to put them on 33. McLaren in 7th. Williams do hold on to 8th place ahead of AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo. Let's have a look at the pit stop standings. George's stop gets him onto the leaderboard, but I don't think we're going to overhaul AlphaTauri, even though we beat them in today's race. They're just too far ahead. Red Bull once again, mighty fast. McLaren have pipped Ferrari for 2nd place in the fastest lap competition, as you can see there. Very, very close. We definitely need to improve our pit crew in terms of speed next season, and the fact that we poached Jonathan Wheatley from Red Bull, who will be joining us at the end of the year, will hopefully go a bit of a way to facilitating that. There you can see our fastest pit stop was 0.142 seconds off of the fastest, and Lewis's stop there, a car jack delay that nearly cost us the race. And we did get a few points for Mick as well in his final outing for the team before he goes off to pastures new. Let's see if he makes it onto the grid next season. Théo Pourchaire will be joining us as our reserve driver for next season. So, driver performance: 6 successful overtakes, 3 failed overtakes for George, 7 successful defences, 4 failed. Let's take a look at Hamilton. 6 successful overtakes, 4 failed for him, 9 successful defences, 5 failed for Lewis. Some good work from both of our drivers there. We didn't get the fastest lap again, so we did miss out on that sponsorship goal, but we achieved our streaks. And so after bonuses and sponsor deductions, we end up with another 5.7 mil in the bank. And we have completed our front wing research project. Unfortunately, even though we've got time, we do not have the cost cap funds left, I don't think, to be able to do any more research. Let's have a look at our finances. Yeah, we still have this projection glitch. It says that we have 2.7 million remaining, and we're projected to spend another 2 million until the end of this season. So yeah, we can't even afford a chassis. Chassis is 700,000. We only have less than 600,000. So no more research projects for us. It does mean that we could potentially drop an upgrade on a facility and still have a little bit of cash left over for the start of the next season, which is what we need in terms of, you know, our entry fee, paying for our engines, even though we make them. Got to pay for something, I suppose, and also sorting out our merchandising at the start of next season as well. Plus potential bonuses for staff joining us. I don't know if those have already been paid or if they're going to be paid at the beginning of the year. So we'll keep an eye on that. Let's have a look at our facilities. It would be nice to maybe upgrade the factory. Design centers 18 million. That would leave us with 10 million plus money from the sponsors and the board for the rest of this season, which would be, well, another 4 mil from the boards, I think 4.5 mil, another 1.5 mil on top of that. I don't know if 16 mil is going to be enough. Let's chance it. Let's work on getting the do I go with the design center or do I go with the factory? The factory might be the better shout. It's cheaper as well. We'll go with the factory. Okay, so that's the only upgrade we're doing. Obviously, we've got 2 upgrades going through right now. Let's take a look at our staff facilities. Nothing about to break. Operationally, we've already said we're not going to fix those till March of next season. There's no point at this stage. We have got some scouting going on. We've got a board review coming up in a few days. Let's have a look at the emails. The season is at a close and our champions have been crowned. Lewis Hamilton is victorious, starting with the Drivers' Championship. We saw Sergio Perez come in 3rd, Max takes 2nd. But the Formula 1 2023 World Drivers' Champion is Lewis Hamilton with 411 points. It's historic, yeah, but I'm mainly just so proud of this team right now, said Hamilton on his record-breaking 8th World Drivers' Championship. Something like this can't be achieved without a great car and an even better team behind you. This trophy is for all of us. Red Bull win the title. Ferrari took 3rd place, Mercedes came home in 2nd, but with 756, it's Red Bull that has taken home the trophy. Christian Horner had this to say: to hold our Constructors' Championship title for another year is such an immense honour, and I'm so proud of everyone that worked towards this. All the people that make up Red Bull have gone above and beyond the immense pressure, under immense pressure, so earning the trophy again is something special. There are the final standings. As you can see, we've already had a quick look at those in a bit more detail. Let's check out the final standings in the F2 Championship. It's Iwasa who wins the Drivers' Championship. I did not see that coming. Théo Pourchaire finishes the season in 3rd place. He, as I say, will be joining us as a reserve driver next season. But that does really make me think about potentially trying to sign Iwasa when we go to our next team at the end of next year. The Red Bull gets a massive cash boost for winning the pit stop trophy. I think it's about 1.5 million, same as it is for a positive board review, if memory serves me right. So it's not earth-shattering money, but it's a nice little boost. Alright, there's nothing more we can do now this season apart from just running down the clock and dealing with our inbox. Freddie Vasseur has actually emailed us to offer us his congratulations. That's classy. Let's see if Christian Horner does the same. Okay, the suspension is done. So no more research on suspensions for this season. One of our sponsors is after we can reduce the number of factory events we have scheduled with them due to calendar conflicts. I don't think we've even got 5 left, have we? Factory event 1. 2, 3. There's only 3 left. Oh wow, the board review is at the end of the year, not the week after. Ah, interesting. Okay. I was expecting to see a review coming up any day. We're going to deny the request because there's the risk that if we cancel that, it's going to reduce our income, which might potentially hurt us with the cost cap. So yeah, not a chance. You gave us the money, we're keeping it. So, our staff positions for next season. James Allison will be our technical chief next year. Enrico Balbo will be joining us from Red Bull next season as well. We're keeping Bono for the next 3 years. Marcus Dudley has been secured for another 4 seasons. Interestingly enough, it's not showing our change for our sporting director there. Driver changes. George's position is secured till the end of next season, as is Lewis now, and then Teo will be joining us next season as well. Board review is in 30 days. We have 594,000 left on our cost cap. We've run it right up to the limit. The board has high confidence of us right now. That's good. Driver updates. George's defending improves. Hamilton's cornering improves. And Mick gets a boost to his control, overtaking and defending just before he goes as well. He's got another month to use the facilities before we kick him out. Let's go to our training schedule. We want these guys to be fast next season, so we'll do that. Let's confirm those changes. Yeah, Ron Meadows is leaving us at the end of this season. So there you can see Jonathan Wheatley is joining us in 4 weeks' time. That's our side pod research complete. It's just a shame we didn't have enough funds to be able to do one more update or one more project. Jared Murphy has low morale. I don't know why. We just won the World Championship and had a mighty second half of the season. There has been a weird bug that, technical chiefs just constantly have low morale. I'm hoping that's going to get fixed. The suspension simulator upgrade is ready in time for building the new car in just a couple of weeks. Excellent stuff. That will definitely have a bit of a boost in terms of brake cooling and airflow and drag reduction as well. It'll also help with our downforce generation. Our scouting is complete. We've scouted Alonso. Alonso has a year left on his contract with Aston Martin. Charles Leclerc has a year left on his contract with Ferrari, but he has low morale. Perez also out of contract next season. And Max still has 3 years left on his current deal. And yeah, would cost an arm and a leg to try and sign. That's our underfloor research project done for next season. Is that the last of our research projects? It is. That was the last of our research. So, nothing else to go on the car or prep the car for next season. Car has failed inspection. Let's just replace the car parts. And we'll swap out for the old suspension. There we go. Got a response from the inbox. Wind tunnel data concern. Yes, we will approve that investigation. Shut it down for 8 days. Last thing we want is for a wind tunnel to be broken at the start of next season. As promised, trophy. Didn't actually get the chance to see what that one was for. We came 6th in the end. Oh wow, it's a lot more money than I thought. 5.6 million we got for finishing 6th. Wow. I really didn't think it was that much. Ron Meadows, low morale, but he's on his way out, so that doesn't really matter. High confidence from the board. Russell finishes 6th in the Drivers' Championship with 262 points. Hamilton first with 411 points. What a season. What a second half of the season he's had. We finished 2nd in the Constructors with 673 points. So our team rating is 4.5 stars. Hasn't gone up. Well, it looks like it might have gone up a bit. Yes, our team principal rating has gone up by 100 points. Our team rating has gone up as well by 71 points. And we've got another 1.5 mil from the board for high confidence as well. Fantastic. They did discover a fault. Okay, I'm guessing that means that's been fixed. Regulation changes for next season. So, increased wind tunnel allocation for the front 3 teams. No change to 4th and 5th, and then 6th down to 10th will get a little bit less than they would have done normally. Plus, on top of that, we've also got some minor technical changes. Engine cooling is going to take a 10% hit, as is brake cooling, and airflow is going to take a 30% hit. So that's going to affect a lot of parts, as you can see. And again, those changes to the CFD simulator, same as the wind tunnel. Top 3 will get a boost, and bottom 5 will take a slight hit. So, our new season target is to finish in 1st in the Drivers' Championship. Oh no, wait. New season target 2nd. So yeah, our new season target is 2nd in the Constructors again, by the look of it. Long-term objective. Oh, it's 2nd in the Drivers as well. So 2nd and 2nd is our is our targets for the year. And we've got 1 year left to do that. We do have the option of switching teams. We're not going to do it, but let's just take... I don't know if this is going to... I can't save on this screen. Ooh. I don't know if hitting the switch team button means I will have to leave. And I don't want to take that risk. So we'll accept new target. And there we go. Welcome to the new season. It's time to review this year's regulations and manage the season engine, negotiate obligations with your sponsors. Except it's not, because that's the end of tonight's stream. We will deal with the start of Season 2, along with the opening race at Bahrain on Monday next week. I'm going to take a day off from F1 Manager. We're going to do some City Skylines tomorrow. Yeah, what a way to finish our Formula 1 week. What a way to finish our season. We managed to do the impossible and overhaul Max and Ferrari to take, the Drivers' Championship and second in the Constructors. And I'm raring to go for Season 2. I want to go that one step better. I want to win the Constructors' Championship next season. If we can get the Pit Stop Challenge on top of that as well, that would be nice. But less important. Might be our best chance next season, considering who we've signed. But yeah, we shall see. And we'll deal with getting the beginnings of the car built and then upgraded before Bahrain as part of the beginning of Monday night stream. So Monday I'm going to start the stream early. I'm going to start at 8 p.m. on Monday as opposed to 9. We're going to start an hour earlier than normal, simply because we've got all of this pre-season to get through before we actually get to our Bahrain race weekend. Tomorrow I'll be back at normal time, 9 p.m. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's race. I hope you've enjoyed this season, and I would love to see you all again on Monday for Season 2. And why not come back for some City Skylines tomorrow night as well. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.